Soil is prepared for sowing of seeds so that the seeds germinate properly and the crops grow of good quality and high quantity. So let us see what exactly is done during the preparation of soil. So the soil is overturned. The bottom level soil is brought to the top level layer so that the nutrients which were at the bottom level of the soil, it comes to the top layer of the soil and it supplies proper nutrients to the seeds and the crops. And second is loosening of the soil. So these two activities is called tilling or plowing. So why this is carried out? Why this is important step for agriculture? So the first reason is it allows the soil to absorb proper moisture, air and supply all other things to the seed. And the second one, it facilitates the formation of the humus which is produced by the microorganisms and the earthworms. So all these are the benefits for tilling or plowing the soil. Along with this, even the soil is leveled using a leveler. It is a plank of wood which is rolled over the soil so that it levels. And the hard pieces or some pieces of soil are broken. So this is also done during this process. Sometimes even the fertilizer or manure is added to the soil before the seeds are sown. So now let us see what all the tools are used for tilling or plowing purposes. The tools used for the tilling process or plowing process, first is the plow. It is either made of wood or iron. Traditionally, the plow is made up of wood which is containing a sharp iron part. At that we are going to study the parts of a plow, and I have attached all the figures of these different agricultural tools that are used right from the preparation of the soil till storage. So you can watch that at the end of the video. So now let us continue with the plow. Plow is used for tilling the soil, adding fertilizer to the crop, removing the weeds, scraping the soil, etc. Okay, and this plow contains a strong triangular iron strip called plowshare. Second part is plow shaft, which is a long piece of log of wood, and it is the main part of the plow. The third part is the handle. One end of the shaft is attached to the handle and its other end is connected to the beam. And the beam is the fourth part which is placed on the neck of the bull. As we all know, a pair of bull pulls the plow, and the plowing work is done in the agricultural farm. So now, second part, hoe. Another instrument or tool used for this process is hoe. It contains a long rod of wood or iron, plate of iron which is very sharp, and it is fixed to one of its end, and this plate works like a blade. And this hoe is pulled by animals. Why this hoe is used? It is used for removing weeds. As you all know what is weed, unwanted plants which grow along with the main plant in the agricultural farm is called weed. So loosening the soil is also performed by the hoe. Nowadays, the wooden plow is being replaced by the iron plows. And the third one is the cultivator. This is a modern tool which is driven by the tractor, and this cultivator is used for plowing, and this method saves labor and time. So with this, the step 1, that is the preparation of soil, is over. Now let us go to the second step in the procedure is the sowing of seeds. This is very important process because it is the quality of the seeds decides the quality of the crop. So the farmers should be very careful in selecting good quality and clean and high yielding variety seeds. So this is done by various methods, the selection. So some seeds are soaked as a sample in a glass of water. Some seeds will sink and some seeds will float. This will decide the quality of the seeds. The good quality seeds will be sunk in the under the water. So this is one thing. And second one, okay, the tools used for sowing. Traditional tools are the funnel shaped tool. It contains a funnel which is connected to a long 2 or 3 pipes, and these pipes have sharp ends. The seeds are filled in the funnel and the seeds fall under the soil through these pipes, and this ends pierce the sharp ends pierce the soil and the seeds goes under the soil. But this is done manually. It takes lot of time and labor. So nowadays seed drill, it is a machine, it is a tool driven by the tractor, and it is used to sow the seeds. The benefits of this seed drill is it sows the seeds uniformly, maintaining uniform distances between the seeds at a proper distance, and the seeds goes deep under the soil so that the birds cannot disturb or take away the seeds. Next step in the agricultural process is adding manure and fertilizer. Now let us see what manure means, what fertilizer means. See, manure is of natural. It is obtained from natural organic matter, and it is obtained by dumping the animal and plant waste, and it is decomposed by microorganisms so that it converts itself into manure, and this has lot of benefits to the growing crops and plants. Okay, so you should have understood what is the meaning of manure. The substances which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients for the healthy growth of crops or plants are called manure and fertilizers. But continuous growing of crops makes the soil poorer in certain nutrients. So to bring back such lost nutrients, farmers use manure and fertilizers. Now, improper or insufficient manuring results in the weak plants. So farmers always supply this type of nutrients to the plants of his farm. So now manure, as we all discussed earlier, is an organic substance which is rich in lot of nutrients. and it supplies to the plants. It improves the texture of the soil. It increases the water retention capacity of the soil. It replenishes the soil with all nutrients. And this is what the manure gives benefit to the healthy crops. Other side, the fertilizers are made or produced in factories and industries. Okay, it is fertilizer industry, it is called. As we all know, it is produced in the industries. It is a chemical substance. It is also rich in a particular nutrient. Examples of this type of fertilizers are urea, ammonium sulfate, superphosphate, potash, NPK, that is nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. So this fertilizer supplies the soil in which it is deficient. But one caution every farmer and all of us should remember, that excessive use of these fertilizers reduces the fertility of the soil and causes water pollution also. So people must be thinking twice or many times before using fertilizers in excessive quantities in their farms. But in the past, in northern India, farmers used to practice one method called rotation of crops. That is, different crops they grew by rotation. One time they grew legumes as a fodder for animals or their cattle, and in second wheat. So like this, excuse me, rotation of crops retained or replenished all the lost nutrients between the harvest. So this was the discussion of the manure and fertilizers. At the end of this video, I have even given a tabulated form of differences between the manure and the fertilizers. Let us continue the remaining steps.